Hope everybody's having a good day. Is my mic on? We on live on Facebook, Facebook/work on your game. We are live also here on IG. I got a call in about 30 minutes. We're going to take about 30 minutes. We're going to take this whole 30 minutes and get into this conversation here momentarily. Give me 1 second. Make sure we all set up here. Hope everybody's having a good day, good week, good month. Hope you are looking at your goals and actually operating by some type of process here. Now, for those of you not familiar with me, the topic here today, we're going to get into wastes, things that business people, entrepreneurs specifically, do that cause waste in your business. And the biggest waste that you make is not even a waste of money. Nobody wants to waste money, but is the waste of your time. You want to make sure you're not using your time ineffectively. You're using your time improperly, and there's a different word that I'm looking for that's escaping me right now. But let me introduce myself first. For those who don't know me, my name is Dre Baldwin. You may know me as Dre all day. I'm a former 9-year professional athlete. I'm author of 33 books and 4 TED Talks. Create this brand called Work on Your Game, where we take all the tools to help athletes get to the top 1% in the sports world, and we translate those tools over from the sports world to the business world to help professionals like yourselves perform at your highest level, do it consistently, and make more money because of it. Now, the challenge is, for you to make more money, you can't be wasting your assets. You can't be wasting your resources. The 5 resources that you have in life are time, money, attention, energy, and focus. If you waste any of these doing the wrong things in business, then you don't have that resource to use to do the right things in business. So you want to make sure you're using your resources in an effective way. So today I want to go over some ways that resources get used ineffectively that end up costing you money, costing you opportunity, and most importantly, costing you time. So one big difference that all you need to understand between being an entrepreneur and being an employee, actually all of you already know this, biggest difference, let me not say the biggest, one big difference is that you have complete control of your time and how you use it when you are an entrepreneur. You can do whatever you want. You can spend a whole day doing absolutely nothing if you want to. You can spend a whole day working 12 hours if you want to, whereas as an entrepreneur, there's a schedule usually. Somebody tells you, all right, what time you got to be at work, what time you got to stop work, what needs to get done every day. As an entrepreneur, you don't have any of those constraints, which actually can work in your favor when you have constraints. Constraints are not necessarily a bad thing. Entrepreneurs should have constraints. You just have to create them yourself as opposed to having them imposed upon you. But as an entrepreneur, you can do whatever you want. You can work as much as you want, as little as you want. You can waste time. You can scroll Instagram and social media all day. You can actually do productive, effective work all day. So today, I want to talk about how many entrepreneurs waste a lot of time and a lot of energy doing a whole bunch of nonsense. And I'm going to point some of that nonsense out and hopefully help you adjust so that you stop doing the things that are actually not helping you in business. So let's get right into this, because we're going to take about at the most 30 minutes on this. So number one thing that entrepreneurs waste resources on is getting protection for your business. Protection. What do I mean when I say protection for your business? I don't mean that you go get a gun or that you hire security or that you have an alarm system at your office. That's not what I mean when I say protection. When I say protection, I mean the form of you going and getting documentation. You get some paperwork that makes your business official. Shout out to y'all watching on Facebook. You can shout yourselves out in there too. Any type of legalities, any other kind of nonsense that people like to do when they are calling themselves starting a business, but these things have nothing to do with the actual conducting of business. These protections that you need for your business. So you don't need, so let me give you some examples of things that people go get when they're starting a business that they think they need, that you have been taught, somebody told you that these things are super important for you to have as a business, and it makes you feel important to have these things, but do they have anything to do with you actually generating business? No, they don't. Let me tell you what they are. Things like getting a employer identification number, also known as an EIN, getting an LLC. A lot of people are running around trying to get LLCs these days, or not trying, but actually getting LLCs these days, trademarking your logo, getting copyrights for things like that. Listen, if you do not have paying customers and no money coming into your business right now, You don't need any of these things. Eric Dwayne Brown over there on Facebook, what's going on? Let me say this again. If you do not have paying customers, that means you don't have people who are actually giving you money. You don't need any of these other things. You don't need an EIN. You don't need an LLC. You don't need a trademark. You don't need any of that stuff. You don't need these things until you are making money in your business. There's no money steadily coming in. Why do you need these things? Well, that's a trick question. You don't need them. Many people are going and getting these things because, again, I want you all to keep this in mind. There's a difference between being productive and being effective. Productive means you are producing something. You can produce anything. You can produce some nonsense. It's productive because you produce something. That's the definition of the word productive. Effective means you're actually getting to a desired outcome. And that desired outcome, hopefully, if you're an entrepreneur, desired outcome is you're actually, making money in your business, because the duty of an entrepreneur is to increase value for shareholders. Shareholders are simply the people who own the business. So you'd be making money for yourself if you're running a business. If you're not making money in your business, there's no need for you to go get an EIN. You don't need to go and do anything that involves the government, the local government, or the federal government. You don't need to do any of that stuff. And I remember I put a post up on Instagram on my whiteboard a couple months ago where I was saying the only things that you need to start a business. And one of the things I said in that video was you do not need an LLC. I talked about some on my podcast as well. But the thing that I put on Instagram got a lot of response. I said you don't need an LLC. A lot of people run around trying to get LLCs for their businesses. You're not even making any money. And there were some people who pushed back and said, well, if you don't have an LLC, somebody could sue you. Somebody can sue you and they won't be able to sue the business, or the government can come after you because you don't have your documentation. Listen, let me ask you a question. How many of you can name one person who you know who has ever had the IRS come after them because you were doing business and you didn't have an LLC? Name one person. None of you can name a single individual because it doesn't happen. Name somebody who was doing business and you didn't really have that many customers. That person didn't have that many customers, but they got sued, and they got sued personally instead of the business getting sued, and they just lost everything because they didn't have an LLC. You can't name a single person who this ever happened to, but people like to throw these things out there. Oh, well, hey, you might get sued, or somebody could take your business away from you. Listen, you ain't got anything to be taken away from you if you ain't got any customers. If you don't have any money coming in, nobody's going to sue you. Why? Only reason somebody sues you is so they can get money out of you. You ain't got no customers. Why would somebody sue you? That's a waste of their time and your time. All right, the money they got to pay the lawyer is more than the money they can get out of you. So why would anybody sue you? Now, you ain't got no customers. So no, you don't need to go get an LLC. You don't need to get an EIN. You don't need to trademark anything. You don't need to, there was somebody I was talking to. I don't remember who this was. I was talking to somebody. I remember it was a male. I don't remember who it was, but he had a book. And he was telling me that, Dre, I got this book ready. I'm going to put it out. But what I'm going to do first, and this guy was if I'm remembering the right person, this guy was a bona fide businessman. He's actually doing business. He's doing 6-7 figures a year in business. He's telling me about this book that he had done. It's already written. It's finished. And he said, and I was asking him, well, when are you going to put it out? He said, well, first, I got to send a copy of the book to Washington, D.C. because I got to get it sent to the copyright clearinghouse so I can own the copyright of my book, because I want to make sure nobody steals my intellectual property. This is what he was explaining to me. Now, our conversation was not really about the book, so I didn't really go into it with him, but this is some nonsense. All right, this is some bullshit. All right, so any of you ever thinking about doing something like this, do not do this. You do not need to send your book to a copyright clearinghouse so that you have documented ownership of whatever you wrote in the book, just so nobody can steal something out of your book and then go put it out and act like it's their book. You don't need this for a couple of reasons. One reason is, first of all, most books, nobody's going to steal the material out of the book and put it out as if it's their book. That's not going to happen. John on Facebook, what's going on? Number one, that's one reason why you don't need to do this. Number two reason is that there are millions of books out there in the world. If somebody really wants to steal material out of your book and put it out as if it's their book, what's the chances you're actually going to find out about it? So you're really wasting your time going and getting the thing copyrighted as if you're going to do something about it. You're probably not. The number three reason, even if somebody did steal the material out of your book and they go put out their book and they got some of your material in their book and you notice that they stole some of your stuff and you're like, hey, this person stole some of my stuff. My book is copyrighted. What are you going to do? What are you actually going to do? You're going to call a lawyer and you're going to sue them and you're going to file a lawsuit and you're going to take them to court. Any of you knows anything about the way the legal system works in the United States? If you go sue somebody over something like that, the money that you will spend going to court and paying your lawyer is more than the money you're going to make off the person that you sue, even if you win. And the person that you sue, listen, here's the thing about lawsuits, folks. The only way you can make money in a lawsuit is if you sue somebody who actually has money. Or what if you sue somebody who ain't got no money? So let's say somebody who's never written a book before, they're just some hacker they're just some person who's drop shipping on Amazon. They don't really have any money. They ain't really got nothing going on, but they steal some of your book that you copyrighted. You sent to the DC copyright office, and now you got your book copyrighted. They sold some of your book. You find out that they did it, and you see that they got a few positive reviews on Amazon. So you sue them so you can protect your book, because you got to protect what you have created, right? You sue them and you win. How are they going to pay you? They don't have any money. All right, they sold 5 copies of your book. They got 2 reviews on Amazon. They sold the book for $9.99. So they made $50. That's before Amazon's cut. So let's take 40% out of that. So they didn't really make $50. They got $30. And you sued them for how much? Now, how much was a lawyer? How much you had to pay to file that lawsuit? All right, how much time did you spend? How much is an hour of your time worth? It's not even worth it. So these things that people are always talking about, well, you should do this because this could happen, that could happen, have never happened to these people. They can't name one person that it's happened to that they know. And even if it did happen on a practical level, it doesn't even make any sense for you to go and pursue it and do anything about it. What you need to be focused on if you own a business is bringing money into your business. You do not need to protect anything. You don't need a trademark. You don't need a copyright. You don't need a patent. You don't need an EIN. You don't need an LLC. I'm not saying these things are not useful in business, but they're useful at a certain point in business when you are making a certain amount of money and you're doing certain types of business transactions. If you're just getting started in your business, you don't need these things. If you're making 150K or less a year in business, you don't need any of these things. Now, when you get to or a little bit above that number consistently, then go ahead and file for your LLC if you want to do that. Maybe you go get some business credit, things like that. But other than that, you don't really need these things, folks. You need to be focused on making actual money. Okay, the IRS is not coming after you and your $40,000 a year side hustle. All right, what are they going to get from you? You don't have anything for them to take. All right, the IRS goes after big fish. All right, generally speaking, they go after big fish. They go after people who are side hustling. All right, chances of you having IRS come after you, especially based on the fact that you don't have an LLC. All right, name one person that's ever happened to. Name somebody. All right, nobody can name one, but everybody insists that they got to go get an LLC. Chances of that happening to you is like you getting struck by lightning twice in the same day. All right, why do people do these things? People do these things because you have people who are doing stuff in business, who are creating business and doing so successfully, telling you need to get an LLC, you need to get an EIN, you need to get a trademark, you need to get a copyright. They're telling you this because maybe that's what they have. So to legitimize themselves and make themselves look like the expert that you need to listen to, they tell you got to do the same thing that they're doing. Or you got people who either are or they're connected to people who actually help people do this. So for example, a trademark attorney or a patent attorney or some type of copyright attorney or a person who can help you get an LLC, they're telling you that you need an LLC because in order to get the LLC, guess what guess what they're going to tell you to do next? Oh, well, come into my course or come into my program or hire me as your lawyer and I'll help you get the LLC. So basically they're telling you need to do something that they make money from you doing it because you're going to do it through them. And this is a hustle. And it's not that they're doing anything illegal, and I wouldn't even call it unethical, but I will say it's borderline. I would say it's a hustle is what I will call it. Do you need these things? No, you don't. You don't need these things. What you need to do is focus on bringing money in. When you have money coming in, then you can go and do the other extra stuff. Everybody follow what I'm saying? And remember, there's a difference between being productive and being effective. These are productive things. They are not effective things. Effective means it is focused on the goal of the business. The goal of a business, everybody, is bringing in money. Okay, so this is not Dre's theory. Everything that I'm saying to you right now, this is not Dre Baldwin theory. All right, this is just simple business. Now, everybody understands what business is, right? Business is the exchange of money between people. You don't need an LLC to do business. All right, if I go create something right now, I can go make something up right now and go sell it and exchange it for money, I'm doing business. Do I need an LLC to do that? Do I need a trademark? Do I need a lawyer? Do I need an EIN? Do I even need a website? I don't need any of these things. All I need is to have something, present it to somebody who wants it, tell them why they should have it, communicate with them, tell them here's the price, they give me money, I get the money, we did business. That is how business works. That's the only thing you need to be focused on right now in your business if you're relatively new at business, especially if you're not full-time in your business. This is the only thing you need to be focused on, not all this extra nonsense. Point number 2, we are talking here today about where people waste resources in business. This is a piggybacking on point number 1. Point number 2 is getting official, doing things that make you official in business. So this includes stuff I talked about in the previous point, like getting an employer identification number, All right. Some people talking about having an employer identification number. Who you going to employ? All right. How much money is your business generating right now? If your business not generating enough revenue to pay you full time, what do you have an EIN for? Who are you going to employ? All right. You're not going to employ anybody. Who are you going to employ? You can't employ yourself. You're going to employ anybody else. Why do you need an employer identification number? This doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you think about these things logically and practically, they don't make any sense. And again, I don't make any money from you not doing these things. I'm not selling you anything here. I'm just telling you what you need to be focused on is making money. All right, now I can show you how to make some money in your business, but you don't need to go get this paperwork stuff. So EINs, you don't need to do this. You don't need to go get an LLC right now. And some people talk, well, I should get an EIN or LLC because with those things, I can go get business credit. And then if I get business credit, I can use my business credit to go do, I don't know what you're going to do with that business credit so that then you can make some money. Listen, let me tell you how you make money in business. You come up with a product or a service. So actually, let me put it this way. I use a framework called the ICE method, ICE. Identify a need in the marketplace, create the solution and communicate that you have it, and then you offer an exchange. I'll give you this program, you give me $20. I'll give you this coaching, you give me $1,000. I'll give you this mastermind, you give me $10,000. That's it. Identify, communicate, exchange. This is how you make money in business. It's not by you going and getting business credit or an EIN or a business bank account. You don't need any of those things. What are you going to do with your business credit? What are you going to buy? What are you buying? You shouldn't be buying anything. You should be selling stuff. No, you run a business. You shouldn't be buying anything. You should be selling things. This is how you make money in business. Everybody understand what I'm saying here? Now, is it possible? I understand there are some caveats. Is it possible you could go get business credit? You could use your business credit to do something like hire a coach. Yes, you could use business credit to hire a coach. Let's say you want to join Work on Your Game University. You don't have the cash. You could use business credit to pay me. But the thing is, you don't need to do all that. Here's what I would suggest you do. What I would suggest that you do is go and identify, communicate, and exchange. We have programs inside Work on Your Game University where you don't have to have a ton of cash. That we have invitation-only programs for people who are relatively new that we will coach you up to where you are making money in your business. You don't have to pay us anything. We will coach you up to where you are making money in your business. And then when you are making money, then you can come into our programs that do cost money. But you don't need to go get an EIN or business credit or any of that if you're not making money in business. Why would you go get credit and you ain't making no money? It doesn't make any sense. Again, but people will tell you this, and they have good arguments for why you should do it, but you don't need to do this. So anyway, so those two things. What else makes you official in business? Quote unquote official. A website. You do not need a website to do business. You don't need a website. Now, can you use a website to do business? Yes. Do you need one? Absolutely not. What you need is an offering. And your offering doesn't have to be on a website. Your offer, you just get on a Zoom call with somebody, make them an offer. They give you the money, you give them the thing. Boom, you did business. Do you need a website for that? No, you don't. Websites, logos, brand colors, securing all your social media handles for this new business idea you came up with last night. Other nonsense that entrepreneurs waste time on so that you can feel productive, again, yet you are being completely ineffective. All right, these are waste of time. Why? Because your duty as a business owner is to produce money. All right, so if you're not doing something that's bringing in money, you are not doing business. So if you have all this official paperwork in place, you got all your documents with the government, logos, websites, LLCs, social media handles, you got a nice logo, a sign outside of your office, but there's no money coming in, what are you doing? I don't know what you call that. That ain't business. There's no money coming in, you are not doing business. Okay, you have none of those things, but money's coming in, guess what you're doing? Business. All right, a drug dealer who's standing on the corner in the town that you live in right now, who is exchanging a $20 a bag of cocaine for $20 in cash, is doing more business than the entrepreneur who has a logo, a website, an LLC, and an EIN, and no customers. Whoever has the customers is doing business. All right, so the drug dealer who sells weed and drug dealer who's selling weed and cocaine is doing more business than the entrepreneur who has an LLC and no customers. Everybody got that? All right, so the kid with a lemonade stand, they ain't got no LLC, they don't have an EIN, they didn't trademark anything, but they're selling lemonade. All right, they're doing business. That's how business works. Everybody clear on that? Good. Number 3, chores and maintenance work. We're talking places where entrepreneurs waste money in business, waste money, time, energy, and focus in business, is doing chores and maintenance work. Now, this is stuff that does need to happen, but we got to be careful as entrepreneurs that we don't give too much of our days to doing this stuff, because we could spend our whole day doing chores and maintenance work and not doing the stuff that actually brings in money. So there's this guy who's in one of my programs right now. He talks about how over the course of his day, he splits it up into 2 times. He has maintenance time. He has pay time. Pay time is when he's doing all the stuff that actually makes him money. And maintenance time is when he's doing all the stuff that kind of supports the pieces that allow him to make money. That's like updating your website and writing new material or whatever it is for whatever it is that he does. Pay time is when he's actually on the phone, dialing what we call dialing for dollars. He's making cold calls. He's trying to book events. He's trying to book stages and venues. He's a performer. He gets on stages and performs. He speaks. So he has his pay time. He has his maintenance time. Many entrepreneurs spend way too much time in maintenance and not enough time on the money. All right. So chores and maintenance work is administrative stuff, routine stuff that does need to happen. But again, you don't want to spend too much time on it. So updating your website, creating a new logo, combing through emails that have nothing to do with your business, finding the right filter for a picture to post on Instagram, deciding on the right font to put on your website. All of this is maintenance work, is useless work. None of it is making you money. And this is a question you should be asking yourself all day as an entrepreneur. Is this activity making me money? Yes or no? Is this activity making me money? Or is it directly leading to something that can make me money? That marketing can be part of it, because marketing, you don't get paid to market. You may even spend money and time to market, but are you marketing to people who could possibly at some point give you money? If the answer is yes, marketing is a good thing. But again, you also want to make sure that marketing is leading to direct sale conversations and direct sales activity. So this is how entrepreneurs, we got to be very careful and very vigilant about the way that we're spending our time on a daily basis. Again, people are not buying your product because you updated your website or because your logo is cool or because you picked the right font for your headline or because you got the social media handle on every social media app and it's the same one across all platforms. All right, nobody's buying anything from you because of those things. They may make you feel good and it might make you feel like you're doing something, but is it actually making you money? The answer is hell no. Okay, that's why they don't matter. All right, so you should run every action through the filter of, is this making me money? And remember that you are not your customer. Your customer is your customer. So what you think would make you buy from yourself is not the same that makes your customer buy from you. You ain't the customer. All right, so you got to think and you got to put yourself in the shoes of the person who might buy something from you, not in your shoes and going off of your own biases of what you think makes you so smart. So always training said, they told me to get an EIN and LLC to get a dumbass 100K loan. Well, it's possible. Look, if you had an EIN and LLC, depending on what your profile is, could you possibly get a loan for $100,000? It's possible. It's possible. But here's the thing about getting a loan is you got to pay it back. the thing about a loan is you have to pay the money back. The only way you're going to pay the money back is you got to have actual customers. Now, how are you going to get the customers? I'm assuming that with that 100K loan, that they would sell you something. Now, whatever you bought with that 100K loan, you buy into it, and hopefully you learn how to make money with whatever it is they sold to you. I wouldn't go that route. I'm not saying that can't possibly work. Is it possible? Sure, it's possible. Is it probable? I'm not even going to answer whether it's probable or not, because it depends on who the person is, it depends on what you're buying and who's selling it, who's teaching it and all that. I would not tell you that. Right? I wouldn't tell you to do that. I would say what you need to do is figure out how to get a customer. And what you need to do to figure out how to get a customer is find someone who can help you take that next step. If you have the cash to invest in yourself, invest at a level that makes sense for you. If you don't have cash, is one of the things that I say. And Work on Your Game University, we have programs that are unadvertised, but we invite only people who we feel like are really serious about moving themselves forward. We will coach you through a program where you don't have to invest financially upfront. We'll get you to a point where you have money to invest, and then we'll bring you into our programs where you can invest. And you probably want to get into it because we've already helped you. So these are things that we have in the university. Then we have programs where people who are ready to invest can invest up front. So it depends on where you're at and where you're trying to go. And this is what level of commitment that you have for your business as to where to get in. But I would not take out $100,000 loan unless I knew how I was going to pay that $100,000 back. Like that's a big commitment, $100,000. And somebody loans you $100K, a bank or whoever, they want their money back. Well, anywhere, if you get $100K, that's a bank. Even if a person gives you $100K, that person becomes your bank. All right, and they want their money back. And you better figure out how to pay that money back before you take it out. All right, don't jump. You want to jump off a ledge so you knew how you were going to land, right? This is just simple, practical reasoning that any logical human being can understand. You don't have to be a seasoned entrepreneur to understand this. You just got to be a human being with a brain who can think. And again, there are people out there who have different ways of doing their things in business. I'm telling you the way that I do my thing in business. I'm telling you what I would do. how I would get started. I got started out when I started as an entrepreneur. The first thing that I ever created and sold was a $5 training program for basketball players, teaching them how to dribble and how to shoot. That's how I got started. And I scaled that up, just selling as many as I could, took that money, invested in the next thing, then took the money from that, invested in the next thing. So I started with $5 programs of basketball players, and I went into books, and I went into courses, and I went into speaking, and I went into coaching, and I went into, what's the other thing? Online courses, I said that already. Courses, then going into Work on Your Game University, and basically here we are now. That covers like the last 15 years of my entrepreneurial career. But I want you all to understand that these things that people tell y'all to do are mostly wastes of time, because it makes them feel important and it connects you to them. Because once you start doing what they tell you to do, now you got to keep following them, because they got to tell you what to do next, because you don't know what the hell you're doing. If it doesn't make sense to you, these things should make practical sense to you, everything I'm saying here. So if anything that doesn't make practical sense to you, you should be questioning yourself, why am I doing this? If it doesn't make practical sense, even if somebody who's really smart and successful said it to you, you should still be questioning that, right? Because you're smart enough to understand that. So let me recap these points real quick. Anybody got a question or comment, put it in the comment section. Where entrepreneurs waste time. Number one, on protection. Any kind of documentation, paperwork, legalities, etc. You do not need these things. The federal government does not care about you when you're running your little side hustle. They're not going to sue you or come after you for anything, because, again, you don't have anything for them to take. The money it costs for them to pay the staff that will come after you is more than they could get from you. So they have no reason to go after you. Just think about this on a practical level. Number two, getting official. This includes EINs, LLCs, websites, logos, brand colors, social media handles. None of these things make you money. All right, your number one priority as a business owner is to bring in money. Anything you're doing that is not bringing in money, you might be wasting your time. Not to say that they don't need to be done, but the majority of your time needs to be spent on money generating activities, not on things that make you feel good or things that serve your ego, like getting LLCs and EINs. These things have nothing to do with making money. Your website has nothing to do with making money. Number three, chores and maintenance work. All right, this is routine administrative stuff that does need to happen, especially if you're the only person working in your business. But make sure you're not spending way too much time on this, because you're only one person. So every minute you spend on maintenance work, like updating your logo or picking a filter for a picture on Facebook, it's time you're not spending actually doing things that drive revenue and make money. And when you're running a business, the number one thing you should spend most of your time on is things that drive revenue, because that's the only way you stay afloat in business. So with all that said, a couple things for you. First of all, Work on Your Game University is the place where you can work with me directly. If you would like to be coached by me, if I sound like and I present myself as a person who can help you take your business where it needs to go, because I know what I'm talking about, and I can explain things to you not only on a business level, but on a practical level that makes sense to you. Like, these things can make sense to you, even if you are not a seasoned business person. Things that I explain, you will understand them, even if you're brand new. And I like to talk to people on a level that they're at, so that I don't want to talk above your head, because if you don't understand me, then I can't help you. You got to be able to understand me. So in Work on Your Game University, I help people like yourselves take your business to its next level, wherever you are to wherever you want to go next. Just go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. The link's in the comments on Facebook. If you're on Instagram, it's the pinned link, and it's also in my bio on Instagram if you're watching this on IG. And my daily motivation text, I send that out free of charge every morning. So if you want to get texts from me, if you like to text with me, because I do respond to my text messages, just text me at my number, which is 305-384-6894. And every day when that daily motivation goes out, and when you join, you'll get a text from me as well. So you'll be able to connect with me directly through my daily motivation text message. That number is in the chat, 305-384-6894. So any of you ready to get coached directly by me, you want to get access to my frameworks on business, like my Business Builder framework, the Work on Your Game system, Content Machine course, the Sell Yourself course, and a bunch of other material that I have inside of the university, and you want to be coached by me, you want to be able to get on calls with me and ask me questions and get your questions answered and get your challenges addressed, all of that happens in one place. That is at workonyourgameuniversity.com. So I got a call coming up in 2 minutes, folks. So unless anybody got a question, I'll wrap this up. You got a question, put it in the comment section. I'll address it right now. Work on Your Game University is the place where it goes down. So any of you is ready to take that next step, ready to get moving, just go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. That is the place where everything is happening over here in the Work on Your Game world. All right, everybody, y'all have a great afternoon. We gone out of here.